Hallo and Guten Tag. Welcome to Germany.
Let's start off with some basic facts. The capital of Germany is Berlin. The population is just over 80 million. And as you just heard, the national anthem is the Song of Germans, and the currency is the euro. Germany is 3 times the size of Pennsylvania, just slightly smaller than Montana. Bordering the Baltic Sea and the North Sea, Germany is located between the Netherlands and Poland, just south of Denmark. This graph shows the difference in populations with America's 300 million, triple the size of Germany's 80 million. Shown here is Germany's birth rate and death rate compared to America's. Per 1,000, Germany has a birth rate of just over 8% and a death rate of just over 11%, which means they have a shrinking population, the opposite of America's growing population. Germany, like the United Kingdom, can be classified as a parliamentary system. In Germany's parliamentary system of government, the federal chancellor, Angela Merkel, runs the government. The federal chancellor heads the federal government and therefore the executive branch of the federal government. He or she is elected by and responsible to Germany's parliament, which is similar to the U.S. House of Representatives. The other members of the government are the federal ministers, which are chosen by the chancellor. As you can see, compared to the U.S., Germany is much more consistent in controlling corruption. The United States, shown by the blue line, has experienced a decline in control of corruption starting in 2009, followed by fluctuations in the percentile rank, most likely attributed to economic issues with the election of President Obama and the economic recession of 2008. This map shows the corruption levels around the world with a scale of hot and cold. Black being most corrupt to dark blue being least corrupt. As you can see on the eastern side of Europe, Germany is one of the least corrupt countries in the area. Germany's economy has remained steady during the previous economic uncertainty, keeping government spending under control. Germany is one of the most politically and economically influential nations in the European Union and has the 5th largest economy in the world.
According to this graph, German economy suffers from low investment and has slowly increased its gross national income, but lags behind the leaders such as the U.S. and the ever-growing China. Germany's economic freedom is categorized in the economic portion of Pestel. Germany has a strong tradition for maintaining property rights and a low tolerance for corruption. It is a country that is considered mostly free, with major concerns being fiscal freedom and labor freedom. As shown on this chart, inflation rates for the United States fell dramatically in 2008 due to the recession. Also, Germany experienced a decline in inflation rate at this time due to the recession as well. This graph shows Germany's HDI compared to the United States. Currently, Germany is ranked 6th out of 188 countries and territories in the world, while the U.S. is ranked 8th. Germany's HDI value has experienced an overall increase of 14.4% since 1990, while the United States HDI value has increased by only 10.8% since then. In 2012, Germany's HDI surpassed the U.S. by a little over 1%. The growth of FDI at home and abroad shows an increase in the U.S. direct investments, while Germany trends a small decline in both home and foreign abroad direct investments. Overall, Germany has had a consistent exchange rate, except for a small decline in 2011, followed by a raise in 2012. Officially entering into a recession in the third quarter of 2009, the strong euro, high oil prices, tighter credit markets, and slowing growth abroad took their toll on the world's leading goods exporter. Corporate restructuring and growing capital markets are setting the foundations that could help Germany meet long-term challenges of economic European economic integration and globalization. Although some economists continue to argue the need for change in flexible labor and service markets. This chart lists the major trade partners with Germany for imports and exports. Germany's location and open market grants Germany the opportunity to import and export with a myriad of countries. As of 2015, the United States has surpassed France for German exports. This is due to the increase of German-made vehicles and machinery into the United States. China is now on the top of the import list due to Chinese reforms to prevent trade stagnation with Europe in 2015. The German economy is the world's fourth largest and accounts for 1/5 of European Union GDP. Germany is the United States' largest European trading partner and the sixth largest market for U.S. exports. Germany's regulations and bureaucratic procedures can be a difficult hurdle for companies wishing to enter the market and require close attention by U.S. exporters. Germany's acceptance of the EU's common agricultural policy and German restrictions on biotech agricultural products represent obstacles for some U.S. goods. American companies interested in exporting to Germany should make sure they know which standards apply to their product and obtain timely testing and certification.
Germany is in the 29th percentile amongst other European countries in regards to education. On a worldly scale, out of 139 countries ranked, Germany is lagging behind in comparison to other European countries, placing 18th for secondary education enrollment rate, 18th for quality of educational system, but ranks second for local availability for research and training services. There are very few languages spoken in Germany, with the overwhelming majority being German. Due to a large migration of people from Turkey, Turkish is also a widely spoken language in comparison to, say, the Danish or Romani languages spoken in Germany. There are also very few religions in Germany. The two largest are Protestant and Roman Catholic, but there is also a large portion of the population that is unaffiliated with a specific religious belief system. Based on the findings of Hofstede for Germany, they prefer a low power distance, direct and participative communication, control is disliked, and leadership is challenged. They prefer small families with focus on mother-child relationships. Communication is one of the most direct in the world based on honesty. Germany is a masculine society that places a high value on performance and placement for children into different types of schools at 10 years old. They have a high score resulting in preference for uncertainty avoidance, in line with Kant with strong preference for deductive over inductive reasoning. This approach is also reflective in the law system that topics are well thought out. Germany is a pragmatic country. The truth depends on context and the situation. Germany demonstrates a perseverance to achieve and invest for the long term. Germany does not put much emphasis on leisure, and has a tendency to be pessimistic. Germans feel like indulgence is somewhat wrong. When looking at the studies conducted by Trompenaires, Germans feel like circumstances can be defined and contracts are binding. They are free to make own decisions and free to contribute to the collective as they wish. German businesses focus on the objective over dealing with relationships. German behavior focuses on business and the contract before being concerned with personal relationships. They rely on thinking and personal judgment. German culture relies on what you have recently accomplished. They focus on the future prospects and business ventures. Germany's research and development focuses on technological advances in the automobile industry, creation of machines and engines, as well as pharmaceuticals to round out the top 3 most imported manufactured goods from Germany to the U.S. The craftsmanship and luxury of German automobiles is a selling point for Germany. This has resulted in Germany being the world's largest automobile exporter from developed countries. Germany exported an impressive $245.5 billion worth of automobiles in 2011. Germany represents the third largest source of foreign direct investment into the U.S. and is the fifth largest trade partner with the United States. Germany faces many environmental issues from emissions contributing to air pollution, acid rain, which is damaging Germany's forestry, raw sewage pollution of its waterways, and hazardous waste disposal. Flooding is a prominent natural hazard in Germany, which affects the land use and sea levels. The law system of Germany is founded on the principles of the Basic Law for the Federal Republic of Germany. There is no such thing as a jury trial in Germany, and someone is innocent until proven guilty. The government is strict on enforcing against corruption, and also ranks highly against offering bribes when conducting business. German strengths are the large economy, low corruption, and technology. Weaknesses consist of higher income taxes and unions. Germany relies on a strong value of the euro, and its location in Europe provides great opportunity to trade with other countries.
Hello everyone, this is
Yasmin.
And between the years of 2007 and 2013, she lived in Germany. So we're going to ask her a few questions today about her experiences over there. First off, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Dallas, Texas, but raised in Los Angeles, California. We did move to a few other states in the meantime.
What city did you stay in when you lived in Germany?
We originally moved to Heidelberg, Germany. 3 years later, moved to Schweinfurt.
While staying in Germany, did you notice any difference in culture from that of what you're used to in America?
Yes, it was a bit of a culture shock. Coming from a big city like Los Angeles to Germany, it's a lot less high maintenance. But we grew to really love it and enjoy our time there, and we're reluctant to come back to the States. The people there take a lot of pride in their work and their environment and their homes. You'll see them sweeping the sidewalks to keep their neighborhoods clean. You'll see a lot more public transportation, people on their bikes and walking more than you'll see them driving. You'll also, their food is a lot less processed and a lot less pesticides. They even use a different sugar than we do that's a little bit healthier, so their food just feels a lot more clean. They also plant edible foods all over the place. So there are many apple trees and fennel growing that you can just pick and bring home.
So you didn't really see a lot of specifically organic grocery stores while staying over there, like Whole Foods or Sprouts?
No, they weren't necessary. Their food was pretty organic on its own.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit about the economy over there.
It was a bit difficult for us Americans. It was about 70 cents to a euro. They produce and purchase a lot within their own country. So they make a lot of cars. You'll see Mercedes ambulances and BMW taxis. So the money stays within the country, and they're able to use that to build a lot of social programs. So traveling, you will hardly ever see any homeless. They are able to take care of their homeless and reorient them and reintegrate them into societies. They also have a lot of programs for drug addicts. They'll help do the same thing for them. A lot less jail instead.
Very interesting. Well, we appreciate your time today, and we just want to thank you for informing us a little bit more about Germany. Thank you again.